Have you noticed cracks on buildings in Nigeria? Not every crack is dangerous, but some should never be ignored. One major cause is foundation movement from uneven soil settling. Water is another problem. Poor drainage can weaken the soil around the foundation. Poor construction practices like bad materials or mixing all score for the loads. So if you see a crack, get a qualified and designed for the loads. Now, let's talk about one major cause of cracks in buildings: foundation movement. When the soil beneath a building doesn't settle evenly, one part of the foundation comes a foundation, often with cracks seen on the walls. Look closely here. You can see the engineer checking the foundation to understand exactly what is being. Now let's go underground. This differential settlement puts tremendous stress on the foundation and water is over cracks. Another major cause of building cracks in Nigeria is water. During heavy rainfall, water needs somewhere to go. But when drainage around the building is blocked, poorly designed, or simply not enough for the amount of water coming in, that water can start collecting around the foundation. And this is where the real problem begins. Unfortunately, around the foundation to detect chacha. It will interest you to know that a good structural design can still fail if construction is not carried out properly. For example, if reinforcement is insufficient, the structure may not perform as designed. The quality of the concrete also matters. Incorrect mixing can reduce strength. And then there is curing. Concrete needs moisture to develop strength. Every stage needs proper supervision and quality control. Another thing we need to consider is structural loading. Every building carries different types of loads, from the weight of building itself to people, furniture, equipment, and even wind. This load travels safely through the structure. Think or transfers the load to beam structure, beams into it comes to and carries on in front of heavy structural later. So, what should you do when you notice cracks on your building? The first thing is simple: don't panic and don't just cover the crack. A qualified engineer needs to inspect the crack and understand what's causing it. A qualified engineer needs the width, direction, location, and pattern of the crack. Understand what's the crack. The pongist is checking the width, direction, location, and pattern movement. Many building problems can be prevented when the right steps are taken from the beginning. It starts with proper design and good knowledge of the soil conditions. Then comes the construction itself. Reinforcement must be correctly placed, concrete must be properly mixed and compacted, and adequate curing must be noted. Good construction doesn't end when the building is completed. Regular inspection and maintenance are key. At the end of the day, cracks are not just about what you see on the wall. Sometimes they can be connected to foundation movement, water and poor drainage, construction quality, or even structural design. And that is why regular inspection is important. Not every crack means your building is in danger, but every serious crack deserves increased. Build properly. Inspect regularly.